Hey, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Unity Christian High School. We got a wonderful night with a great matchup tonight. We got the Unity Christian Crusaders versus the visiting Hamilton Hawkeyes. It's an electric atmosphere here tonight. We got Winterfest taking place, tug of wars during halftime, lip syncs. Just an exciting atmosphere. Glad you're tuning in and joining us. My name is Chris Ochteroff. I'm here with the man, the myth, the legend, Coach Steve Gruppen. Coach Grupp, before we go to you for your keys, welcome. Thanks for joining me. Looking forward to this night. What would you say are the keys to the game tonight, Coach Grupp? Hamilton Hawkeyes, number one in the OK Blue. What do the Crusaders have to do? What do the Hawkeyes have to do?
Well, thank you for that introduction, Chris. It's great to be back up here again with you, and excited for another night of Unity basketball. Like you said, it's a great atmosphere, jam-packed crowd here, standing room only, I would say. Hamilton comes in here playing really, really well. I believe winners of 9 straight. They play in with a lot of confidence. They got a stranglehold on the OK Blue right now, coming in here at 8-1 in league play. They got to be feeling really good. They beat Unity earlier in the year. This is a team that's playing with confidence, and they've got a lot of guys on this team that are seniors. They've played 2, some of them 3 years of varsity basketball. That's everything you want in a team right now, playing with confidence and a lot of veterans. I would look at it for keys here tonight. Unity's been very inconsistent all year. I think for them, one of the biggest things is they need to take care of the basketball. They have turned the ball over an awful lot this year. That's been part of their offensive woes. They're averaging 51 points a game this year, which is not, for Unity the last few years, that's down. Defensively, they're giving up 50, but offensively, limited turnovers. And, boy, it doesn't hurt if you knock down some threes here tonight as well. So I think that's some keys for Unity here tonight.
Yeah, the Crusaders has kind of been up and down quite often throughout the season. They've had quite a few games where they've had the lead late in the game, just allowed their opponents to kind of chip away. One of the things that Coach Sotsma's teams have been known for is finishing down the stretch, and they've kind of had a little bit of trouble this year with that. Couple games just kind of giving it away. They're coming off a brutal defeat against Coopersville on Tuesday night, and they hope to avenge that loss. Before we see our starting lineups here, we're going to turn it over to public address announcer Greg Barman. He's going to introduce the national anthem and then the lineups, and then we'll join back with you here in a few minutes.
And the OK Conference empowers our athletes, coaches, officials, and spectators to be role models for sportsmanship and fair play, both here on the court and in our communities. We're excited to have our student athletes learning life lessons through educational athletics. Please do your part to create a positive environment for everyone to enjoy tonight's contest. Before we begin our game, we'd like to draw your attention to our officials for tonight's game. Tonight we have Mr. Jason Martin, Mr. Shane Wood, Mr. Rick Costin. Please help me welcome them to Unity Christian. Now we'd ask for you to rise if you haven't already. Gentlemen, please remove your caps. Focus your attention on our American flag as the Unity Choral Ensemble sings the national anthem. The starters for tonight's game, first of all, our guests from Hamilton. These are the Hawkeyes. Starting at 1 guard, a junior, number 0, Justin McElway. And another guard, a senior, he's number 5, Brand Goodmaster. And one of the forwards, also a senior, number 3, J.D. DeGroat. And another forward, senior, 23, Austin Osborne. And at center, a senior, number 4, Braden Gurry. Hamilton is coached by Mr. Nick Kronemeyer. He's assisted by Mr. Ben Randall and Mr. Mike Strumborn. Now here are the starters for your Unity Christian Crusaders. Starting at the guard, a 6-foot junior, number 1, Colin Neuenheim. And another guard, a 6-foot junior, number 10, TJ Fisher. And a forward for the Crusaders, a 6'2" senior, number 3, Dylan Chabert. Another forward, 6'2" senior, number 5, Mitch Bibby. And the man in the middle for the Crusaders, a 6'7" sophomore, number 32, Jake Chapman. Unity Christian is coached by Mr. Scott Sosa. He's assisted by
Hey, welcome back.
Capel.
Coach Grupp, I'd have to say Crusaders might be struggling a little bit on the basketball court, but that choral ensemble is mid-season form.
That
right there.
was
That was
really
a heck
good.
of a national anthem.
Yep, fantastic.
Hey, we got opening tip. Can you give us a couple key players here, Coach Grupp, and who are we looking at for the Hawkeyes, who are we looking at for the Crusaders?
Yeah, for Hamilton, you got McElwain's had a great year. J.D. DeGroat has had a fantastic season. Brant Goodpaster's another name to keep an eye on. For Unity, a guy who's playing really well, Colin Neuenheim. Keep an eye on him here tonight as Shaban knocks it down.
Quick 3 by Shaban. Great start for the Crusaders. Good passer up top. Good pressure by Neuenheim. Great backdoor cut. DeGroat, easy bucket. Shaban gambling a little bit on the wing. Great backdoor cut by DeGroat.
You know, one thing you're going to see a lot is Unity's pressure defense. Hamilton will have some success if they backdoor, but that time for Unity, no backside help was available.
Quick 3 by Neuenheim, like you were saying, and he's a key part to the Crusaders. Out of bounds, Hamilton basketball.
You know, one thing I didn't get to say early on, this Hamilton team, what a great story for this team. The program's kind of struggled a little bit the last decade, but this year, what a great story. They have a really good season. It's been kind of fun to see them have some success this year.
Yeah, Coach Kronemeyer, former player at the Hawkeyes. I believe I may have coached against him back in the day.
Yep.
He's done a great job with this program the last couple of years. Neuenheim picks up a quick foul. Hawkeyes under the basket. Gehrink looking to inbound the ball. Good pass there up top. Shaban with a little bit of pressure. Coming off a double screen. Good pass there. 3 tipped out. Looks like we got an over the back call. Foul on number 23, Austin Osborne. Chapman inbounding the ball.
You know, that's going to be one thing to keep an eye on here. Hamilton doesn't have a lot of height. If they get in foul trouble, they're big guys early on. That might open some things up for Chapman in this game.
Fisher, hard baseline drive. A little bit short. McElwain, great strong rebound there. Here come the Hawkeyes. Loose ball. McElwain, no. Chapman with a strong rebound. Outlet to Neuenhuis. Tibby from the corner. Gearing comes up with the loose ball.
A little bit of jitters on those last couple shots there from Unity. Both of them quite a bit short. One thing I don't think we're going to be able to do tonight is out-rebound this Hamilton team. They play awfully hard, and they've secured a lot of rebounds here early on the defensive end.
Osborne, 3. Oh, gets the roll. Neuenhuis looking to push. Here comes Shaban. Little hesitation by Fisher. Neuenhuis floater in the lane. That's kind of his shot, Coach. He likes that little floater. Off the Hawkeyes Crusaders, down low.
Yeah, that has been one he's been hitting a lot of lately, is that little runner. It's a nice shot. You don't have to get all the way deep into the defense. Just a little bit long on that one.
Yeah, you know, Neuenhuis is a really good, quick first step. Does a really good job beating his guy off the dribble. Chapman inside. McElwain, kick up top. DeGroat, no. Loose ball. DeGroat gets a rebound, goes up strong, and the foul. He'll be going to the line shooting one. Looks like Chapman's going to pick up his first foul.
Yeah, you know, for Unity there, they had the defensive rebound. Neuenhuis does a great job of getting on the floor, but Hamilton's able to come up with a loose ball, and DeGroot's able to get in there for the lay-in. A pretty easy and one right there. But Unity's just getting
McElwain just
Unity's
pushes
just getting pushed
Fisher
around
out of the
here.
way. Looks like these Hawkeyes just wanted a little bit more right now. Crusaders are going to have to match this intensity. Fisher from the corner, no. Gearing, strong rebound.
Boy, I'm not really sure.
Extended the arm, but they're going to give the foul to Shaban, it looks like.
No, I think that foul was on number
Gearing.
4, Gurink. He pushed off.
Correction.
I was going to say, I didn't think there was any way that was on Shaban.
He extended that chicken wing quite far there, Coach. I was surprised they were going to give that to Shaban, but Gearing picks it up on the defensive board. Crusaders under their basket now. Tibby from the elbow. Got it. You know, we were just talking about Neuenhuis with that nice little floater. I feel like when Tibby can get the ball at the elbow, he does a good job knocking those things down. He's almost automatic right there.
You know, the mid-range game is kind of a lost art, but he's very good at them 15-foot elbows. I like it when he's catching it there.
Shaban from the corner.
You know, right there, Chris, I like the effort from Mitch, but just not the smartest play. He was boxed out. The other guy had position on him. Really no need to go over the top there and pick up a cheap foul. Fouls are mounting up here already in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, if you're Tibby, you just kind of got to concede that rebound. I know he's a long kid. He's athletic. That's one, like you said, Coach, you just got to let him get the ball.
He doesn't like to
play
concede
defense.
many things,
I know,
though, but I agree.
know.
Sometimes you just got to
He
let
must
that
be his
go.
father's son or something. Good passer kicks out to Klett, who just checked in the game. Looks like we had a turnover. Neuenhuis looking to push. Aerosmith also just in the game. Tibby for 3. No, Jacob Veldhuis looks for the board. He recently checked in as well. Nice, strong move by DeGroot.
Yeah, he's really good going to the basket with his left hand, smooth finisher, and he's really long. He can get up to the rim pretty easily. He's
that's tough to defend. Even there, Coach, like you said, long arms. Tips that away from behind, out of bounds. Tebow enters the game for the Hawkeyes, replacing DeGroot.
You know, one thing I've noticed here the first half of this quarter, Unity's settling for an awful lot of jump shots. And if they're not falling, it's going to be a tough night. But
there's Neuenhuis.
Right on cue.
Yeah, they had that big 3 early. Big three now, but yeah, not much has been going on in the last 4 minutes for the Crusaders. So that was a big bucket just to get a little bit of momentum for the Crusaders. Hawkeyes, looks like a little 4 out, 1 in, skipping the ball around. Number 5, good passer. Another offensive board for the Hawkeyes. Klett comes up with that one.
You know, when you get the ball, you cannot take anything for granted as a defensive rebound. They're always chipping in on you and trying to reach in. Velthouse has got to secure that rebound right there.
Klett kicks out to Osborne on the 3, no. Nice little cut through the middle by Tibby. Kick back out to Veldhouse up top. Just short. Great board, offensive board by Tibby. Micah Aerosmith, another one that likes to live around the basket. Good offensive board. 3 putbacks in a row by the Crusaders. That's the kind of effort that Coach Soetsma needs to see, and that's something that has got to continue for the next 3.5 quarters for the Crusaders.
Oh, it's all sparked by Tibby right there, and then Aerosmith does what he does and gets offensive rebounds. Those are the kind of things you got to do. You're not a great offensive team. You better hit the boards. You better find some other ways to get it done. Well done right there by Unity.
And just like that, we get a turnover from the Hawkeyes, and Crusaders get the ball. A little bit of momentum shifting in their favor. Unity student section. There's a little bit of excitement over there. Not much is happening.
Yeah.
There's a couple guys clapping. Most of them are on their phones, but there's a little bit of excitement.
They'll get it going maybe later in the fourth quarter. We'll see.
Oh, there's a turnover. Tibby thought Fisher was going to kick out, and he went back door, and a little miscommunication. Ball out of bounds. Hawkeyes basketball.
Yeah, a little bit of an interesting time out there. I just feel like you might need those later in this game here. But maybe Coach Kronemeyer felt like kind of a little bit of a momentum shift, a good chance right there to just kind of settle his team down with 2.5 to go here in the first quarter.
Yeah, you know, it is. I think I agree with you. A little bit of an interesting timeout, but I'm not opposed to it because you can definitely feel the excitement and the momentum. A little bit of a run here for the Crusaders, especially on their home floor. Coach Kronemeyer doesn't want this thing to, you know, he feels like they're the better team, and he doesn't want these Crusaders to hang along too often.
Yep. Probably get a chance here to set up an offensive set play here, talk to his team about making sure they're hitting the defensive rebounds and all of those types of things. But good way to respond here for your Unity after that early kind of struggling a little bit. Got themselves settled back down here.
Yeah, you know, I noticed, too, DeGroot came out for the game. He was probably out for about 23 seconds, and he put him right back on the floor. So you can tell that's where Coach Kronemeyer likes and has a lot of trust in him right there.
Yeah, that's going to be the second on Mitch there. Nice set play right there. They know Unity likes to front the high post, so they enter it from the top where Unity doesn't have any help side, and Tibby got caught trying to swat on that one right there. And whether you got all ball or not, when you still swat, you're usually going to get called for that.
Yeah, anytime you're swinging down on it, like you said, that official is typically going to call. So Tibby's going to go to the bench. He's probably going to be sitting there for a little bit. Don't want him to pick up that third foul with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter by any means. We got a little lane violation. Yeah. Recently entering the game, Hoffman looks like he wanted to do a push-up a second, but he just lost his balance and unfortunately couldn't hang on too long. He just checked in. He was
excited to get in there and get a rebound.
I don't blame him. I don't blame him. He tried hanging on as long as he could, but 1 second too late. Yeah, you know, with Chapman and Tibby and Neuenhuis out of the game right now, you wonder where the Crusaders are going to get a little bit of offense from. They got a little bit of size, but where are they going to get the offense? Hugo Vanderwall. Oh, it's right there!
Got the little home court bounce right there on that rim.
Hugo heard us talking up here, Coach.
He did.
And said we're going to launch a three and bury it.
That ball didn't hardly get above the rim, but just enough. And here's a nice steal from Shaban.
Oh, we got an and one foul. Big one on DeGroot right there. You know, I was a little hesitant how Shaban went. I thought, You're the quickest guy on the floor. Just go to the rack, go up strong. But he kind of hesitated.
He
He
did.
waited a little bit.
He did. He
used
tried
his
to draw the
body and went up
contact.
strong.
Very impressive finish there from Shaban, forcing the contact, shielding him, putting his right hand way out with a wide layup. Really well done there.
A little bit of a look at that. And he wins and he goes and gets his rebound, throws it off. Tebow, Crusaders, heck of an effort. Last couple of plays by Shaban. There's a little bit of that senior leadership that you see out of Shaban. That's what they're looking for.
You know, if you want to pull an upset against a really good team and your team is struggling a little bit, those are the types of things you got to do. And that's going to rally other guys to want to play like that as well. That's a great couple plays right there from Dylan Shaban.
Hamilton goes to the bench, couple subs again. I think they've been stuck on 11 for 3 or 4 minutes here, Coach. They haven't had their offense that was so effective early on. It's kind of disappeared the last 3 minutes. McElwain drive. Then we got baseline by Osborne. Kick out to the perimeter. McElwain for the three. No. Great board by Chapman. Neuenhuis looking to push again. Fisher to Shaban. Baseline. Nice reverse.
I think he lost it a little bit on
Board
the
by
way up
DeGrove.
right there. He was not able to get the spin on it that you would want on that reverse layup, but a great take right there from Dylan.
DeGrove inside, turnover. And just like that, he gets it right back. Kind of a loose ball. Body's all over the floor. Nobody likes it. Shaban up strong. Kind of lost his balance once again. Rebound by Goodpaster.
Yeah, maybe pull it out on that one right there. It was a 1-on-2. A nice little Euro step, but that's a tough finish in traffic like that. But, man, you got to love the bodies hitting the floor and the effort from both teams here.
McElwain from the corner at the buzzer. He got it. Big, big shot right there for the Hawkeyes. Their offense had been non-existent in the last 4.5 minutes. And it's a good passer, Coach? My fault. Good passer
yes,
from the
I believe
corner.
it was. Yes.
Big three.
yes.
Big three for the Hawkeyes. At the end of one, we got Unity 15, Hamilton Hawkeyes 14. Coach, any quick takeaways here when we got a break?
Well, that was a huge shot right there. I think you're right. It would have probably been 4 minutes since Hamilton had scored a basket. That was a huge shot. They're missing their threes. That's kind of been their thing. But if you're Unity, what got you back into this game? Rebounding and hustling, right? They did hit a couple of threes as well, but just the effort, the intensity. If you think Unity basketball, that's what's got to happen tonight. They have to bring the intensity. They got to rebound. And they got it. They started beating Hamilton to some loose balls is what started changing things a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. First couple minutes, Crusaders, you didn't see anybody on the floor. And I don't know if Coach Sodsma had a talk with a couple of guys or if a couple of the seniors just stepped up and said, this is not how we play Crusader basketball. But it was good to see some bodies hitting the floor and a little bit of aggressiveness, like you said.
Well, the other thing, too, I think Coach Sodsma's starting to find a rotation here with guys like Aerosmith coming in and giving them some good 3 or 4 minute bursts here and there. You sprinkle in the hustle plays of Shaban. One guy to keep an eye on here, too, is number 10, Fisher. If he can start hitting some threes, that would be huge. He's a tremendous shooter. He's maybe passed up a couple of opportunities to take some. He's a guy to keep an eye on here, too, in the next couple quarters.
Yeah, you'd like to see a little bit more out of Fisher, maybe a little bit more out of Chapman. He hasn't done much in the first quarter, a couple big rebounds. You'd like to see what he could do on the offensive end as well. Out of the break, Hawkeyes basketball.
Get a little bit of a zone look here from Unity right now. We'll see what Hamilton does to counter that. And just on cue, that's a turnover.
Osborne looked for DeGroat in the corner, a little bit mishandled.
Looks like Osborne's got a little bit of an ankle injury here, too. He might have rolled it on that pass.
Thano Klett subs in for Osborne. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's favoring that left ankle a little bit. So they'll take a look at him, and hopefully it's nothing serious. Hey, one thing we forgot to mention at the top of the show, Coach Gruppen, is we got a third man helping us here, Casey Biker. He's our senior statistician over here. So we're looking forward to breaking down some stats at halftime, and if they're not right, that's the name to blame. Fisher a little bit short there. Hawkeyes great board. DeGroat, nice little pull-up jumper at the free throw line. Nice little lefty stroke right there from the free throw line.
If he's able to get that going too, he becomes that much more difficult to guard because now you can't play off of him a little bit. His ability to hit that shot makes him even tougher.
Yeah, like you said earlier, he does a really good job getting to the basket, but if he can develop that 15 to 18 footer, makes a huge difference. Out of bounds Crusader basketball. A little bit of a box set corner for Fisher. Nice little down screen, but the Hawkeyes did a good job defending.
Well, the scouting is so good nowadays. You know, Coach Kronemeyer was calling that out before the play even happened. They knew it was coming. You got to set better screens if you want guys to get open. You can't just brush screen. You got to actually hit people.
Yeah, it looks like Crusaders are still sticking in that 2-3 zone. You know, Coach Sotsma for years has run a little bit of a matchup zone, but this looks like a little bit more of a traditional zone. Three-pointer, Klett, no. Great board. Look, Coach Sotsma is begging for a push, but no. We got a traveling call under the basket going back to the Hawkeyes.
It was a good rebound there by Fisher. You like to see your guards getting involved there, especially him. He's struggling on the offensive end, trying to get in there and get some rebounds. Just got a little bit off balance there.
Yeah, Hawkeyes right now, they're just looking like they're living life on the perimeter a little bit. Oh, that's got to be. Oh, that thing went up strong. Looked like it was off the backboard, but
I think he pinned it to the backboard. That was a nice block. I think he pinned it to the backboard on that one. Great trail play there from DeGroot.
Little lob inside to Shaban, kick out to Fisher. Skip pass to Neuenhuis. Nice little baseline drive. There's that floater again, Coach.
Very nice drive right there. Good ball movement from Unity. Good shot fakes, and then you wait for your opportunity off a skip pass to attack. Nice play right there from Neuenhuis.
Yeah, you know, if you're 5'10", 5'11", you go into those bigs, you got to throw that little floater over top.
Absolutely.
Neuenhuis has perfected that, definitely. DeGroat, skip pass, loose ball.
Shaban again.
On the ground again. Fisher, step back. No. Shaban with a board. He's all over the place right now. Strong move by Neuenhuis. Deflected. Great defense by Goodpaster. And we got a slew of subs coming in here for the Hawkeyes. Tibby with 2 fouls is going to re-enter the game now with 5 minutes to go. Hopefully he doesn't pick up his third going into the break here. And Jacob Veldhuis replacing Neuenhuis.
Well, I think it's okay putting him back in. I mean, you don't want him sitting the whole quarter, and looks like Shaban's got some blood, so you got to get somebody else out on the floor. He'll be fine.
Yeah, one thing for the Hawkeyes I'm noticing, maybe a little bit differently than in the past. Veldhuis coming up short a little bit. They're getting up a little bit. They're putting a little bit of ball pressure, and I think that helps when you got some guys who are a little bit more athletic. You can put a little more ball pressure and make the Crusader guards handle the ball and get a little bit tired, and yeah, just put a little pressure on them.
They've definitely turned up the intensity level, and when you're athletic, when you're experienced, when you're strong and physical, you can play that way. You play with confidence, you play aggressive, and that definitely changes things. But offensively, they got to find some answers. They really have looked out of sync here in the last, basically quarter of play.
Baseline drive, pull up Tebow. Nice little move for him. Just entered the game for the Hawkeyes. Great cut by Chapman. Great cut by Chapman. Nice little entry pass as well by Veldhuis.
You know, Chris, one of the things that we haven't really seen a whole lot of here tonight is a lot of the high-low look from Unity. Typically, they like to get the ball to the high post, dump it inside to Chapman. There hasn't been a whole lot of that action here. I don't know if they're looking at something different or not, but maybe that's something we'll see a little bit more of as this game goes on.
Yeah, I think I almost see it more out of the Hawkeyes than the Crusaders right now. They're definitely got a couple post players, especially against that 2-3 zone. They're looking high-low quite often. Hugo Vanderwall pulls a 3 off the back of the iron. Great board by McElwain.
That's a good shot from Hugo. He's a very streaky shooter. He's a very talented shooter. You like that shot. Nobody picked up the ball handler there from Hamilton, but fortunately he missed it for Unity.
Neuenhuis to Fisher. No. Great board by Vanderwall. Looks like we got a foul on the floor. James Hoffman, I believe, is going to pick up that. That might be a second. Yeah, quick 2 for Hoffman right there, last 2 possessions.
Osborne coming back in after that ankle injury. Must be feeling a little bit better, so it's good to see him back out on the floor for Hamilton.
Fisher from pull up from the elbow, just short. He's struggling a little bit from the field right now. Normally he's got a smooth little stroke and he can handle the ball real well, but he just got to keep shooting. He's got to keep shooting.
Well, if you're a shooter and that's what you do, you got to shoot your way out of slumps. But you also got to maybe try to look for some other ways to get yourself going. Can you get to the foul line? Can you get an offensive rebound or two? Those are some things that you got to continue to try to do as well.
Initially the call on the floor was out of bounds Crusader basketball, but the officials got together there and changed their call. I think they got it right on that one. There was a deflection. Good call by the officials.
For once, we had a really good angle at that one. That was right in front of us and right in our line of sight, and they got that one correct. Well, Unity kind of staying a little bit in a matchup zone, but they've gone I'd say it's a matchup here. Just kind of, Hamilton seems to be a little bit out of sync. They don't quite know what they want to do as they turn it over again. Just kind of giving them some fits here. But on the other side of things, if you're Unity, you'd like to say, boy, we can start scoring here and we could get ourselves an 8-10 point lead, but they haven't been able to really get much going on their side of the ball either.
Yeah, defensively they've done a good job locking down in the last quarter. Be nice to get some offense going.
Kind of missing an opportunity here in the last 5 or 6 minutes to take a little bit of a lead before halftime. Critical last 2.5 here to see who can come out, maybe build themselves a little lead. Nice entry.
Nice entry by Aerosmith. Great post up and seal, Tibby. Like you were saying earlier, Coach, that's what the Crusaders are good at, getting the ball to the high post, throwing the ball over the top. And there you go. About 2 minutes coming in, picks up his 3rd foul. Coach Sochman's going to have to go to the bench. You don't want to pick up a 4th here in the first quarter. Fisher enters the game back for Tibby.
You know, Chris, it's such a hard thing. You coached, you know what I'm talking about. You got a player who plays on emotion, and he plays on his aggressiveness and physicality, and you love everything about that. But yet when he commits a foul, it's just frustrating, right? Because you want him to play hard, but you got to be a combination of hard and smart, and part of that is his game, and it's just unfortunate he got called for that one there.
Yeah, when you got somebody like that who's always around the ball, you're going to pick up some of those unfortunate, unlucky fouls, but you win some and you lose some. Fisher, nice strong move to Aerosmith from the elbow. There's a bucket. Nice to see Micah hit a shot from the perimeter. He's a defensive and rebounding specialist. Nice to see a little bit of offense.
He's a kid you root for with the way he plays. I think they got a charge. Yes, they do. Shaban again getting the charge.
Let me tell you what, Coach. I don't know the stats on this, but I almost guarantee that Shaban has more offensive fouls drawn this season than the entire rest of the Crusaders combined.
I would say you're correct.
That guy
on that.
is always around, and he's got his feet set. He does a great job getting good position.
I mean, how many things has he done tonight that don't even show up on a box score. He's been everywhere tonight. It's been awesome to see. It's just been great. And like I was saying about Aerosmith, he's kind of the same guy. You love to root for a guy like that because they do anything necessary to try to make your team better. And then when they have success hitting shots, that's icing on the cake.
Yeah, if he'd cut his hair a little bit, he might be a little bit faster, could see the floor a little bit better.
That's the
but
case
he's doing
with
a great
half of these
job.
kids
He's
around
doing a great
here.
job.
So
Fisher, nice little spin move, left hand. Great to see out of TJ Fisher. He needed that one. He needed to see the ball go through the basket right
again, you got to do something different if your shot's not falling. You cannot let DeGroot go to his left shoulder and spin back. You cannot do it. He loves to do that. Great move right there and a big answer from him.
DeGroot comes down, answer exactly the same play. TJ Fisher, I can see what you do and do it again.
Well, especially with guys who are left-handed. They start dribbling to their right, and they love to be able to spin back to their left, and it's a really tough move to defend. Really good move from him.
Nice little hesitation dribble. Neuenhuis, no. DeGroot with a good board there. Looking to push to the corner. Tebow, no. Offensive board by the Hawkeyes. That's a tough one, though, long rebound.
You wonder if they're going to try to hold for one shot here with 42 seconds to go. Looks like they might. If I had to guess, I don't think Coach Soates was going to let them do that. I think he might try to trap here or something like that, but we'll see.
Nice skip pass out there. Good pass there, no. Hugo Vanderwall with a great rebound. You know on this one, Coach Soates was going to go one shot. Anything inside of a minute, that one finger is in the air.
As well you should. You got the lead, and you don't want to give Hamilton another touch. Go into halftime feeling good. At least you're going to be up 3 points.
10 seconds remaining, 23-20. Here come the Crusaders. Skip pass, Shaban to Vanderwall from the corner. Big three! And that is a great way for the Crusaders to go into half.
It's exactly why you hold for one shot in that situation.
We get a defensive stop coming down the floor. Hugo Vanderwall with a couple big threes in the first half, 26-20. Crusaders going into halftime, leading the OK Blue top seeds. So, Coach, before we take a little break here, do you got any thoughts? Anything that you've seen good out of the Crusaders, bad? Hawkeyes, what do you think is the key for the second half for both of these teams before we go to half here? You know,
excuse me, as Mark Teslao here is getting the big old rope out here for the tug of war, are you going to break that down? Give us some statistics on the tug of war here.
We'll let you take that, Coach.
Okay, all right. Anyway, the basketball game, you know, for Unity, in my opinion, yes, they started hitting some shots, but it all turned when they started getting the loose balls and the hustle plays and the rebound. And it was led by Dylan Shaban. Mitch Tibby got involved with some of that, Micah Aerosmith, and then you got guys like Hugo Vanderwall that chip in, Colin Neuenhuis chip in, hitting some shots. But it all started when you were able to start getting some of the loose balls and the rebounds. That's when it started going in Unity's favor. And let's be honest, they're playing really good defense. Hamilton's probably scored 9 points in the last maybe 13 minutes of play. So that helps as well.
Definitely. Game of runs for the Hawkeyes for sure. We're going to step aside here. Feel free to stay tuned in. You can see some people try to win an Apple Watch. We got a couple of good battles with the tug of war. But Coach Gruppen and I are going to step aside. We'll break it down with some stats here. A couple minutes to go in halftime. Enjoy the halftime entertainment.
One of you is going to get a W tonight. Got the freshmen on the south end. The juniors are on the north end. Gonna be 5 girls, 5 guys. We're going to go on 3. 1, 2, 3. standings, the seniors in first place. Juniors are second place with 81 points. Sophomores are in third with 63. And the freshmen are still learning the ropes here, literally. So I think the trophy has been awarded, guarded very closely. Unity's annual play shoot that benefits the senior graduation after party is coming March 4 at Glendon Pines. Shooters, wannabe shooters, never thought I'd do this, shooters, and non-shooting friends are all invited to participate in this fun-filled event. The event includes the 50-round shooting course event, t-shirt, pork roast lunch, prize drawings, and raffles. Register a team of 5 or sign up as an individual and we'll place you in a group. Registrations are due by February 15th, that's next week. And sponsors are also needed to make this event a success. More information available at the table in the lobby. Once again, our basketball team's back in action on Tuesday. Girls will be heading off to Spring Lake, and the boys teams will face Spring Lake right here at home. Remember our trivia question, named the 2 Unity boys varsity basketball players who recorded the most 3-point baskets in one season over the last 30 years. What was that total? Remind me to give you the answer at the end of the third quarter.
Hey, welcome back. Thanks for joining us at Unity Christian High School. 2 minutes, 45 seconds before we get to the second half. Normally we do this at the end of the game, just a little acknowledgement of the MVP, Matt Baker Productions. But if you got an overlay on the screen with field goals, rebounds, and turnovers, you know MVP is the MVP. Oh. All right. Let's take a couple of minutes, break a few things down. Looks like field goal percentage, I'd have to say the Crusaders are struggling a little bit, 32%, 41% for the Hawkeyes. But to me, based on everything that you see on the screen right now, pretty even. Hawkeyes with 9 turnovers. I think that's hurting them. They have had a lot of
that's
turnovers.
That's a big key.
And I think they're bad turnovers too. A lot of bad decisions, stepping out of bounds, throwing the ball away. Not that they're trying to do anything. So I think that's the difference in the game right now. As we approach the third quarter, Coach Gruppen, what would you have to say are some of the keys for both of these teams based on what you saw in the first half?
Well, as you look at the scoring here in the first half, I mean, for Hamilton, you've got J.D. DeGroot with 12. He's been your big guy. Everybody else kind of 2 points here, 3 points there. But he's kind of saved them here in this first half with his performance for the Hawkeyes. But like I said, the last maybe 12 minutes, they've only scored 10 points. Not a lot going for them offensively. That's got to be a point of emphasis at halftime for them. For Unity Christian, very well balanced as usual. Hugo Vanderwall hit a couple threes. He's got 6. You've got Mitch Tibby, who's got 6 as well. Shaban's got 5. Nieuwenhuis has 5. So very balanced for Unity Christian, which is pretty normal. But overall, like I said, kind of going out of halftime or into halftime for Unity, it's the hustle, it's the defense, it's the rebounding. I'm going to be interested to see how Hamilton tries to attack, if Unity keeps playing that little 2-3 matchup zone, how Hamilton tries to attack that. Oh, one more thing I wanted to break down, too, before we get too far into the second half. The guest appearance today at the Unity Christian lip syncs at the end of the school day. I'm watching the lip syncs. Each class does a lip sync. Each class gets to do one for maybe 5 or 10 minutes. And if you know Chris Achterhoff, he used to be a teacher at Unity, used to do a lot of student council stuff. He's now moved on to bigger and better things. And all of a sudden,
let's talk basketball here.
All of a sudden, there's a lip sync happening. And I believe it was Guess Who's Back was the song. And all of a sudden, Chris Achterhoff is on the stage back, and the whole place goes nuts. So that just goes to show you were very welcomed back here at Unity today when you made that guest appearance.
Hey, unfortunately, that's the buzzer, so we got the third quarter action. Hey, thanks for that, Coach. It actually was a lot of fun. Good to be back here.
That's just a sign that everybody loved you when you were here. You come back, you get a
thing.
Standing ovation.
Yeah.
That's a great thing. If they didn't like you when you were here, they would have booed
That's true.
you.
I was nervous about crickets when I showed up
That'd
today.
be kind of awkward if you did that and everybody booed you.
Oh. Back to the third quarter. You know, like you said, I think you hit the nail on the head right there. Crusaders kind of ramped up the intensity about halfway through the first quarter. The other thing I noticed, too, the Hawkeyes seemed to just settle by swinging the ball around the perimeter.
I would agree.
They didn't do the best job, I don't think, attacking like they did in the first 3-4 minutes. I'm guessing Coach Kronemeyer had a talk with that. Just like that, Crusaders turn it over. Here comes DeGroot, going up strong. Offensive foul! There's our man, Shaban!
Yeah, nice play again from Shaban. I thought DeGroot would go for the Euro step there to try to avoid that contact. Shaban was set up for, I felt like, quite a long time trying to take that charge. Another great play there from Shaban when Unity needed it as a little bit of transition there from Hamilton. But I think you're right, Chris. Hamilton settled for an awful lot of jump shots in that first half. You got to believe they're going to try to get it going inside a little bit more.
Nice little entry pass to Tibby. He got double teamed. He kind of got stuck in the lane. 3-second violation, Hamilton basketball. I like it, though. Looking inside, didn't see much of that out of the Crusaders in the first half. Tibby kind of got double teamed, kicked it out. He just couldn't get out of the lane in time. And the Crusaders look like they're sticking with that 2-3 zone.
They stay in that little 2-3 matchup
that they had some success with in the first half. That's what they need right there, a touch in the high post by Gearing, but he just kicked it out.
DeGroot with another soft touch into the middle of the lane. I like his game, very smooth. But Hamilton's going to need somebody else if they're going to win this game. He's not going to be able to take them there by himself.
Shaban on the drive to Nieuwenhuis baseline. Nice little reverse. Good little English on that one. Nice play by Nieuwenhuis.
You know, Unity's been able to attack that baseline quite a bit here tonight and either get opportunities at those reverses or the little runners. Keep taking those chances.
Quick three by Osborne, tipped around a little bit off the Hawkeyes Crusader basketball. Good hustle there by McElwain, though, looking for the offensive board. You know, for somebody that's a guard, he's a big body right there. I think they have him classified as a guard, don't they?
They do. I mean, you look at all these guys out here. Their shoulders are big. You can tell they spend a lot of time in the weight room, which is something Hamilton's always prided themselves on, is their physical play. But these kids are athletic and physical.
Good defensive possession here by the Hawkeyes. Tibby for three. No. Nice little tip out by Fisher. Back to Tibby.
Excellent job there from Fisher, getting his hands on it, tipping it out. That's what you love to see from a guard, tipping it out to your counterpart, Tibby. And there's Tibby with that little 12-foot jumper again. He loves those.
Just got to keep it alive. Now Fisher, good hustle. Body's on the floor. Nieuwenhuis to Shaban.
There it is again. Again, he shields the ball, or he shields the defender with his body, drawing contact with the wide layup. Really nice play from he slowed down on purpose, I think, to draw that contact. Fisher does a great job of keeping the ball alive right there again. Hustle all over.
Yeah, Shaban had that earlier on the breakaway layup. Hesitate a little bit, draw the contact, goes up one, goes up for an and one. Second opportunity right here. Crusaders extending the lead a little bit here early on in the second half.
Yeah, you know, quietly they built themselves an 11-point lead here. But again, offensively for Hamilton, seems to have zero answers as another turnover.
Just kind of staring that pass down, tipped away. Neuenhuis kind of lost control there, looking for Chapman underneath.
I like that attack from Colin. You're trying to get your counterpart Chapman involved here a little bit. Jake just didn't look like he was quite ready for that pass. And now if you're Hamilton too, you got DeGroot on this bench now. So there's basically that's half your points right there on the bench. Who's going to step up for the Hawkeyes?
Yeah, I'm guessing he's not going to be sitting there for too long. I don't think Coach Kronemeyer is going to have him too long. Looking inside for Hoffman. Nice little give and go. Great play, tipped around. Tibby tracks it down in the corner. Outlet pass to Shaban. Fisher for three, just short. Good board by Chapman.
Good job from Chapman right there.
Double team, kick it out to Neuenhuis. Coach Kronemeyer calls a quick timeout. And again, early on, 3.5 minutes into it, Crusaders extended the lead to 14 points.
Just a really good play from Jake Chapman there right on that one. He gets the rebound. He wants to go back up. The double's coming. I could hear guys yelling at him from here to pass it out. He settles himself down, kicks it out. Those are, as a shooter, okay, which I don't know if either one of us were great shooters, but if you love those, right? The kick out for an open three, that's an easy shot, and Neuenhuis knocks it down, and Unity's got some momentum going right now for sure. Sorry, you were probably a great shooter. I think you were.
Neither of us.
Myself, you know, not once I got winded, then I was done.
Which took about 30 seconds. Quick 30-second timeout for Coach Kronemeyer. My guess is DeGroot is not going to be on that bench for too much longer. Coach Kronemeyer doesn't want to see this lead extended too much.
Yeah, this is kind of danger time here if you're Hamilton. It's quietly extended out to 14. You got to try to keep contact here as time continues to tick away in this third quarter.
And again, just moving the ball on the perimeter. There's a good little attack, Osborne. That's what you got to do. Attack a seam, picks up a foul. You can't just settle for swinging the ball around the perimeter like they have been for the last quarter and a half against this zone. Vanderwall, Veldhuis, and Aerosmith enter the game for the Crusaders. Shaban digs it out. Good hustle. Couldn't quite come up with it. Love the effort, though. Nice attack right there by Klett, but he throws it away.
Well, he got himself up in the air and then didn't really know what to do with it. And Aerosmith again with a nice defensive play.
There's Vanderwall. No. Good ball, offensive board by Shaban. Looking to attack. Kicks it out to Neuenhuis.
Settle down, pull it out. Smart move right there from Neuenhuis. Get things settled back down.
Nice little pull-up jumper, just short. Board by Klett. You know, if I'm Coach Sochma, I'm sticking in this 2-3 zone for the rest of this thing.
Absolutely.
Once they switch to that, I think they've given up 11 points.
I think it might even be less than that, to be honest with you. But, yeah, it's something real close to that.
Tebow in the lane, nice little jumper. The Hawkeyes needed that one.
Well, that's a good place to try to get the ball, right? You want to get the ball into the middle a little bit, and they haven't had it there much, so that's a good drive right there.
There's Vanderwall with another quick pull. He's kind of feeling it from the perimeter. That's good to see. That's a big body. He's got to change his game a little bit. He's not living inside as much as what he used to. He's doing a good job on the perimeter. Good passer. Answers just like that. After the Unity student section is saying we can't hear you. Shaban comes back down. Now we're starting to see a little bit more offense that we didn't see much in the first quarter, or first half, excuse me. And there you go with the answer, Klett. We got a little bit of back and forth, both sides.
Well, another thing you can do to attack a zone is those skip passes, those long over-the-top passes, and you can typically get open looks off of that. Another nice take from Hugo there.
Nice back door. Veldhuis looking to keep it alive, going up strong. That's great to see out of Veldhuis as well. 43-30, Crusaders 13-point lead. Good passer, thought about it from deep for a second. Klett looks to attack, good D by Vanderwall. Deflected, out of bounds, Crusader basketball. And as we were saying earlier, DeGroot enters the game for the Hawkeyes.
He's been sitting at the table for quite a while. There was not a dead ball there for probably about 2 minutes of gameplay. So, but yeah, if you're Hamilton, that's a guy you want to see back on the floor. Is like I said earlier, he's got about half of their points. Looks like Hamilton might come out and kind of pressure a little bit more here, trying to hurry the Crusaders up.
Looking like they're jumping that screen a little bit as well. Crusaders had 4 quick subs there too. Fisher, no, tracked down in the corner by Aerosmith. Good offensive board by him. Nice attack by Fisher. Goes up, and the foul. Great play by TJ Fisher. Attacking in the lane, drawing the contact.
Again, you
Tebow
love to
is
see
not
that
very-
from Fisher. He hasn't hit a three. No, you're good. He has not hit a three yet tonight, and they've been off. Let's be honest. But right there, the second half, he's been getting tip outs and a great drive right there, and you get an and one, and he can complete the old-fashioned three-point play right here.
You got all kinds of old school references between the lost art of the mid-range jumper
Hey,
and the
why not?
three-point play.
And maybe that'll get him going a little bit. You see the ball go through the rim, maybe that'll get him going. As
Tebow comes down, answers. He was not very happy with the official on that last call on defense. He comes down and answers with a quick three-pointer. Back to a 13-point game. Tibby looks to attack. Jumper from the free throw line. Hugo Vanderwall with the offensive board. Crusaders are really hitting that offense. Aerosmith, no. Great effort by Vanderwall. Looks like he's going to pick up a foul, though.
yeah, I think Hugo kind of displaced him a little bit. You know what? I don't mind that foul. Unity only has 2 fouls on him in this quarter anyway. You're being aggressive. I don't mind that foul right there from Hugo. That's good aggressive play from him.
Yeah, that was a great box out by McElwain, but Crusaders have gotten a few of those tip outs, so I don't blame them for going after it at all.
Another good box out there from Hugo.
Osborne, 3 from the corner, no. Fisher looks to answer.
Yeah, they're going to hold for one again here. Smart move. You've had a heck of a third quarter. Hold for one shot, and you're going to go into the fourth quarter with a double-digit lead.
Coach Kronemeyer wants his defense to get up, put a little ball pressure, not make it as easy.
Double team coming here. Nice play from DeGroot.
His hands are so quick, too. Nice little play right there.
Will not count.
That one hurts for the Crusaders right there. Looked like they had control for the last shot. Nice little tip by DeGroot. Picks up a quick 2. A little bit of a momentum shift right there at the end of the third quarter.
Absolutely. You felt like maybe Fisher was just kind of holding it a little bit too much, but really nice play from DeGroot right there with his long hands.
2004 graduate, Paul Nice, and 2019 graduate, Ryan Taken. Share the
So we saw quite an offensive onslaught in that third quarter. According to our lead statistician here, Crusaders shot 50% in the third quarter, and the Hamilton Hawkeyes shot 60%. So what we had was a great defensive battle in the first half. We definitely saw the offense step it up a little bit here in the third quarter. We had also 9 rebounds compared to the Hawkeyes 1. That's going to get you a lot of second chance opportunities, and that's where the Crusaders reap their dividends there in the third quarter. So great to see, but if I'm the Hawkeyes, I'm cranking up the defensive pressure. They had a little success out of it right there at the end of the third quarter, because you got to start picking away at this 11-point lead. This is far from over, though.
It is. And if you're Hamilton, the encouraging thing is they started hitting some shots in the second half of that quarter. So if your offense is going a little bit, they just got to turn their defensive pressure up. This game is far from over here. The Hawkeyes here offensively, if they get it going, it could be this game could come right back to being real close.
McEwen loses control but does throw it off Tibby's foot. Hawkeyes regain control. Unity student section sang the fight song. I don't know if anybody knew what it was, but maybe that'll bring some excitement.
Well, they all needed a paper to even know the words, so I wouldn't say that they knew it too well, and they were singing pretty quietly as well.
They knew the word fight, though. They knew the word fight. McElwain with a 3. Nice little entry pass to Chapman. Man, that's the one you like. Great position by Chapman, just cannot convert from about 3 or 4 feet. And here's DeGroat, skip pass to McElwain, no. Big, strong defensive rebound by Chapman. That's what he needs to do right there. Tebow looks to pick it in the front court. He doesn't like the call once again, but we do get a reach-in foul. Crusaders are going to have to handle it right there. Their guards, last couple possessions, had their pocket picked.
And they're going to have to do it by passing the ball. It's too much one-on-one stuff right now. They're going to have to work on getting the ball to the middle and then trying to attack from there.
You know, another option, Coach Sochma, maybe he wants to put a high ball screen just to alleviate a little bit of that pressure, but there's going to have to be some adjustment. Nice little move by Tibby. They needed that one right there. Good move by Tibby. DeGroat, nice little crossover, up strong. No, just short, tipped around. Tibby comes up with it. Nice little move by DeGroat, but just couldn't quite convert. Fisher, spin move to the right hand, step back, no. Shaban digging it around, comes up with it. Tipped off the Hawkeyes. Crusaders retain possession. Like you said earlier, Coach, that's the little stuff that doesn't show up in the box score. Well, I guess it was an offensive board. It
was, but I know what you're saying. That the value of that offensive rebound was high. It keeps you with the possession, and it offers you an opportunity to run another 20, 25 seconds off the clock when every second is precious for Hamilton. So a big play again from Shaban. But definitely the pressure is ratcheted up here.
Shaban, great crossover. Easy bucket. It's good to see him continuing to ride the momentum a little bit. Good two by Shaban, and there you go. There's a steal. Hesitation, and one, no. We got a little extracurricular under the basket there. Official step in. DeGroat is not very happy with how that was handled under the basket. Both guys going up strong, kind of slid into the student section there.
Yeah, just a hard foul. Shaban probably surprised him with going for the reverse layup, and it was a hard foul. And then you got a student that accidentally trips and comes out of the student section, and let's move on and play basketball. Probably not near as big of a deal as what everybody thinks it is. And let's get to the line and hit a couple free throws here.
Klett and number 24, Berkemer, enter the game for the Hawkeyes. Looks like DeGroot and Osborne are going to get a quick rest, along with a couple subs. Aerosmith for the Crusaders. Missed both of them. Nice, strong rebound by Tibby. I think we're going to get a foul on Klett.
That's got to be on
that
one, Klett. Kind of almost got too low and just kind of dug out Mitch and got him up on his back.
Yeah, you know, he did. He had position on him, but Tibby
Mitch went straight
got
up
high. Yep.
Klett got his butt down up underneath him, and that's a foul on Klett. There's no doubt about
Nice
it.
baseline by Shaban. Comes to a jump stop. Would have been nice to see him put that down for another and one, but again, he's been very active on the defensive and offensive end. Shaban back to the free throw line. Hopefully he can get a couple of these here.
Yeah, these are critical points they're leaving on the table right now, especially we've had the ball now for the last about minute of gameplay. Be nice if settle down here, get one of these here, and let's go play good defense.
There you go. Shaban needed to see that one go through. McElwain, nice little spin. No. Aerosmith, great board. We're going to get a held ball. Crusaders get possession. Nice board by Aerosmith on that one. You know, that's one thing that he does really well. He's always around the basket.
Absolutely.
I just think he's one of those kids that I just think has an instinct for the basketball.
Yep.
For whatever reason, he knows where that rebound is going to be,
Well,
and he's always around the basketball.
He understands his role, and that is not to score, but it's to get rebounds and make plays like that.
Shaban, nice little pass up to Tibby, going up strong. We got a foul on McElwain. That's his second. Tibby to the line, shooting two. And you know,
go ahead, Coach. Sorry.
I was just going to say that's 8 fouls on the Hawkeyes. That's going to be good down the stretch for the Crusaders. You know, one and one, while the Crusaders only have 2 team fouls, so that we got to keep an eye on that the rest of the way. That could be a difference in the game right there.
For sure, and if you're Unity, you are going to have to be strong with the ball because Hamilton is coming after you. They're aggressive. They're reaching. They're clawing. They're trying to get turnovers. Every rebound, Unity has to secure it and be very strong with the ball to try to finish this game out in the last 5.5 minutes.
Yeah, the Hawkeyes kind of got away from looking to attack a little bit here and there, getting a touch in the high post, starting to swing the ball, settle for the jumpers. Tebow, no. Tibby digs out the rebound.
And Unity's done a heck of a
Shaban.
job rebounding as well.
There he is again. A lot of contact there. Coach Sotsma would have liked to have seen a foul. I don't know about that one, but kick out to McElwain. No. Shaban with another board.
Watch the off arm if you're Shaban.
He's got to be careful on that one. Aerosmith was wide open, didn't look to it, looking to kick it out. Spread the floor a little bit. This is the time of the game where Coach Sotsma, it's like I coached with that guy for quite a while.
It's almost like we've been around him for a little while, and it's almost like he's been doing this for maybe 35 years. But
let's tell you what he's talking about on the bench right here, Coach.
I will say, Chris, I think that was a great timeout. It's been kind of helter-skelter. Guys have kind of been getting a little bit tired right here. You want to settle things down a little bit, go over some things that what you want to do. They're probably going to get into their 2-1-2 and try to kind of maybe slow the game down a little bit. But I think that's a very good timeout to settle your team down.
Absolutely. 15-point lead. You're going to spread the floor a little bit if you're the Crusaders. Make the Hawkeyes come out and get you. 18 fouls on the Hawkeyes. Yep. If they foul you, you go to the line from here on out. Yeah, the clock is stopped, but you're going to hopefully get a couple of points, but you never know. But you just want to get a good quality look at the basket right now. You don't want to throw the ball around.
Nope.
You don't want a turnover.
You take open shots.
You just want a good shot.
You take open layups, but you be smart. You know, you might look at the fouls, too, and say, well, it's 8-2. That's a huge disparity. I guess the only thing I'll say to that is Hamilton just hasn't been very aggressive on the offensive end and hasn't really gotten to the basket to try to draw a lot of fouls, whereas in contrast, Unity has, and that's kind of created some of that. There may be 1 or 2 missed calls here or there. No doubt there is every game, but Unity's been the aggressor here in the second half to get those fouls, and that's been the difference in my opinion.
Yeah, you know, if you're the Hawkeyes, you're looking for DeGroot to attack off the dribble like he has. who knows, maybe Tebow can hit a couple outside shots. He did a couple threes already. But if you're the Hawkeyes, you got to start ramping up the pressure a little bit. Just like that, deflected, out of bounds. Looks like it hits him.
I think they missed that call. I think they got to relook at that.
Number 24 was in the Crusader bench. The ball hit him in the chest, but the officials did not see it.
That's an unfortunate one. I think
they're
going to take a look here.
This is the right call, I think, if they're going to overturn this, because number 24, Berkemeyer, was on the bench. The ball came out, and he caught the ball in the Crusader bench.
I'm going to be honest, and I'm not being a homer here. I don't know how you can say that wasn't off Hamilton. The guy was standing out of bounds, and the ball hit him. But I don't know. Who knows?
I guess the only defense is the Crusaders.
Maybe they were out of bounds.
Standing up.
Yep.
You don't know. I don't know about this one. Coach Sotsma does not like it. We had a great view of it. He caught the ball in the Crusader bench.
Absolutely.
But they're sticking with their call on the floor, Hawkeye basketball.
Maybe the Unity guy was out of bounds, when he touched the ball. Who knows? But either way, hey, got to play basketball. Got to get a stop right here.
This is where you got to get a couple of your seniors to overcome a little bit of adversity, step up, get a defensive stop if you're the Crusaders. Nice little move by Berkemeyer. We got a foul on the shot. I
think that's on Vanderwall there.
Give it to Vanderwall, yep.
Nobody stepped in at the free throw line and gave any help on that one. And I would argue, Hugo maybe pressuring a little too much. I don't know if Berkemeyer is a great shooter, so maybe you don't need to get out and guard him at 25 feet and let him drive around you. But overall, you just got to get some help side defense as well.
The nice thing about making that second free throw is the Hawkeyes can set up their full court press here.
For sure.
Got to handle the ball if you're the Crusaders. DeGroat has got the quick hands.
Can't make that pass.
Steal by McElwain. Crusaders got to settle in and be able to handle this pressure. They're going to body him up. There's going to be what they think is a little bit of foul, but you got to overcome that if you're the Crusaders. There it is right there. Foul on number 5, Brant Goodpaster. But I think the next 3 minutes and 50 seconds is going to be decided by the Crusader guards.
Yeah.
Can they handle that pressure?
Well,
and if you're the big guys, you got to help out.
Yeah, you got to get somebody.
You cannot stand under the basket doing nothing.
You need somebody to flash that little volleyball insert in the court there and be able to relieve some pressure from these guards. I'm going to be honest with you. There's not many people that want to take the ball up the court against DeGroot. He's long, he's athletic. You got to hit somebody that can help him out a little bit, even maybe with a screen. But this last 3 minutes and 50 seconds, it's going to be there's going to be a lot of intensity here.
Yeah, I think Coach Schultz has got to do something to help alleviate a little bit of that pressure. Otherwise, this is going to turn into a little bit of a track meet, a little bit of physical play, and a lot of turnovers, and that's not the game that the Crusaders want to play for the second
also,
half of this quarter.
Handle the pressure. It's double bonus the rest of the way. Well, there's 24.
There you go.
Proving me wrong. He knocks it down right
he
there.
Heard you talking about not knowing if
yeah, he probably did.
Coach. There's a little bit of a screen right there by Tibby. Neuenhuis looking to break midcourt there. You also got to spread out if you're the Crusaders. You can't allow the double team at all.
But it's going to be interesting to see. It's an 11-point game. Is this how Hamilton's going to do it the rest of the way? Are they going to foul the rest of the way? I'm not sure if that's what they're trying to do. They're just playing aggressive, I agree. But now that the double bonus is on, we'll see how they want to play it the rest of the way.
Yeah, at the rate of the last couple of minutes, it might be 9:30 before we get out of this.
Very possible. The other thing to consider, too, here is fatigue. You're having to handle – if you have to handle that pressure, that entire length of the court, that's tiring on the Unity guard. So how does the fatigue – how are the legs right now? And that's another thing you kind of got to think about here in the last little bit.
Here comes DeGroot. Nice little spin move. There's that spin move. Dribble to the right, spin back to the left. Crusaders got to step in. Got to be up the line a little bit of help side defense. Another foul by the Hawkeyes. Hawkeye bench does not like that, but
I mean,
you got to call that if you're official.
You got two guys coming flying in, reaching in for the ball. I don't know. I mean, maybe they got all ball. I wasn't real close to it, but it certainly looked, to me, it almost looked like they were trying to foul, really. But who knows?
Yeah, you wonder if they're just looking to extend the game. This could get a little exciting in the last 3 11.
It's going to
get a little chippy.
It's high school basketball, and it's two good teams playing each other here, and it's going to get interesting down the stretch, no doubt.
Neuenhuis gets the second. Skip pass to the corner to Tebow. Nice little drive there. Swing around to DeGroat. Off a foot. Dug out by Fisher. He looks to attack. Out of bounds,
right
off his head.
It's off his head.
You would have liked Fisher just to settle down.
Yeah.
Regroup a little bit. I don't mind the attack, but
it was kind of a 1-on-2. It was kind of a 1-on-2. But hey, you know what? Not a bad idea. Nice play there from Tibby.
Thrown away by DeGroat. Nice play by Tibby, like you said. Now you got to settle down. Take care of the basketball if you're the Crusaders.
Really good job of weathering that storm from Hamilton right there if you're Unity. Really good job.
Yeah, if you're the Crusaders, you need somebody in the middle of the floor. Good job by Tibby right there, helping out the guards a little bit. It cannot be TJ Fisher and Colin Neuenhuis handling the ball for the next 3 minutes. Shaban, nice little kick out. Chapman, no. Put back by Tibby. No, tipped out by Shaban.
Pull it out.
Pull it out if you're Fisher. Timeout by Sotsma. You could feel it in this building. Excitement was ramping up. That's not what Sotsma likes with 2:13.
He was wanting them to pull it out. He was screaming, pull, get it out the whole time. I think everybody in the gym was. So he said, I'm going to take matters into my own hands and take a timeout, which I think, again, a good timeout. Settle your guys down here a little bit as we get into the last just over 2 minutes.
So reset here. We got 12-point game, 2 minutes, 13 seconds to go. Crusaders just call timeout. They have the ball. You know, what do you think? If you're the Crusaders defensively, do you want to put a little bit of pressure knowing you only have three team fouls?
That's a good point.
Is that out of the question? You know, you've gotten quite a few turnovers out of the Hawkeyes. Or if you're Coach Sotsma, do you sit back in the 2-3 zone a little bit and just kind of let the game come to you?
You know, I think that's a great point. I don't think, though, you got to be real careful about pressuring. Number one, how tired are your guards? Well, now they're going to pressure on the defensive end. And number two, if they get beat, now you allow them to attack and kick for threes. The only thing that's going to beat you right now, if you're Unity, is giving up open threes and turning the ball over. So I don't know. I'm guessing they're probably going to stay in that 2-3 or that kind of a little bit more of a man-to-man concept. But we'll see. You never know. But again, they're going to have to be real strong with the ball and rebound. Those are two keys for the Crusaders.
Yeah, if you're the Crusaders right now too, you probably are in your 2-1-2. Spread the floor a little bit. Again, help out the guards, but you just need a quality shot. That's what you need. Take your time, quality shot. Looks like they got the ball under the basket, so they got to get the ball in first. Into the corner to Shaban, looking to pull it out. Nice job pulling it out by the Crusaders. And here's that 2-1-2. Tibby looking to set a screen here to help out his guards. There you go. Turnover by the Crusaders. Looked like that one was deflected as well, but no, they're going to say that Tibby possessed the ball and then went back into the backcourt. A couple controversial calls down the stretch here, but if you're the Crusaders, you got to weather it. Get back in your 2-3 zone, looks like it is. Play defense. Deflected, thrown away. Here's Shaban. Chapman with a putback. No! Man, that would have been a nice one to have by Chapman.
Yeah,
right
it would have.
If you're Chapman, just go up.
If he was a little closer, he would have. He would have. No doubt. But he was pretty far away from the basket there. But, you know, one thing, a little bit down the stretch here, some uncharacteristic turnovers from the Hawkeyes. DeGroat dribbles it off his foot. Earlier, he throws a long pass along the sideline that gets taken away. That pass right there, just, I'm guessing, I haven't watched a lot of Hamilton this year, but I'm guessing those are uncharacteristic turnovers from a team that has experience late in the game. Not something you want to see if you're Coach Kronemeyer as we get late into the season.
Yeah, you know, we kind of talked about that at halftime, too. It's probably going to be a lane violation by the Crusaders. Yep. Oh, they gave it on the Hawkeyes.
They're calling that, I think, on the Hawkeyes underneath first.
Okay.
It might have been
Foul.
DeGroot.
Yep. Did he
No,
give
I think
him
it
the
was
foul,
no.
or
I think
a
it
lane
was
violation?
DeGroot went in a little bit early, which forced Tibby to go in early.
You know, but like we were saying at halftime, going back to your earlier comment here, a lot of uncharacteristic and not very there's good turnovers and there's not good turnovers.
Yep.
There's been quite a few, nothing against the Hawkeyes, but there's been quite a few bad, careless turnovers.
Probably just uncharacteristic. And when you're trying to come back in the last 3 minutes, not things you want to have happen.
Quick three by Klett, no. Long, good board by Shaban. Foul on Neuenhuis. Neuenhuis will go to the line shooting too. You know, the other thing that's kind of amazing out of the Hawkeyes right now too, they've had a lot of fouls in this game, but I don't feel like anybody's in foul trouble.
No, you're right. Maybe not.
To me,
no.
it seems like they've balanced the fouls around.
Yep.
I think 3 might be the most that anybody has for the Hawkeyes. So I don't think they're at risk of losing anybody down the stretch.
Well, you're kind of getting to the point here, too, a 15-point game with a minute 40. You know, DeGroot's on the bench. Is this kind of going to be the point? I think Coach Soetsma's going to empty the bench right here. But where if you're Hamilton, you realize maybe this wasn't your night here at Unity Christian. On Winterfest for the Crusaders, getting the upset.
Maybe that's what it took. Winterfest night. Great steal there by Shaban, a deflection and a steal. Coach Soetsma wants a timeout. Looks like he's going to get quite a few substitutions. On Winterfest night, looks like we got Eppinga, Portinga. Kind of hard to see over there, Coach.
You got Vanderswag, Oosterheert, and Mulder.
Mulder
Yep.
jumping in for the Crusaders. So good to see them getting a little time here.
Well, Coach, if I could jump in here a second. If you're Unity, it's been a massively up and down season. You win 2, you lose 3, you win 3, you lose 2. This is the time of year where you want to start playing your better basketball as we get into mid-February. Maybe this is the shot in the arm that they need to kind of get themselves going, beating a team that's 15-2 like Hamilton. Maybe this will kind of get them going a little bit here. It's been a fun night. The effort's been high. We'll see what happens, but certainly isn't going to hurt.
Yeah, you wonder, like you said, is that something that the Crusaders can build on as they wrap up the season and go into the postseason? You know, Coach Soetsma is just known for having his guys ready. Maybe a struggle early on, but having his guys ready down the stretch. And who knows? Maybe we'll see a little bit of a run here for the Crusaders. But if you're the Hawkeyes, this is one of those games that you just put behind you.
Yep. Yeah,
learn a little bit. It wasn't your night. You're coming in on Winterfest night for the Crusaders, and you just say, you know what? They were the better team tonight, but something that we can turn around and look forward to getting a little bit better down the stretch.
Well, these guys got to take care of the ball and make good, solid passes. You know, that last possession there, they just kind of left Portinga out here. You got to stay up there, and somebody's got to relieve some pressure from him and give him somebody to pass it to.
Portinga lose control. Nice pass to Vanderswag. Goes up strong. No. Vanderswag with another putback. Oosterheert looked for a putback too. No, out of bounds.
Oh, the lefty had it right there on the left side.
He did.
Right there, gift wrapped for him, and he couldn't quite get it. It's almost like he's cold coming in off the bench like that.
Yeah, it's amazing.
You know, I don't know what happened there. You got to love that these
maybe
guys
if it was
are
a
getting some
baseball,
time.
maybe if it was a baseball in his hand, he would have been able to throw that thing down.
But I know, being close to the Unity program, that they've played in so many close games this year. These guys out there haven't been able to get a whole lot of time this year. So any chance they get, you got to love it. They're out there working hard every single day as well. So this is good to see.
Yeah, and all these guys out on the floor, great attitudes, excited to be able to give them a little bit of time here on the floor on Winterfest night. Once again, leave it to the Unity student section. 15 seconds to go. Up 14 to chant, I believe we will win.
Hey, I think it's
nothing
safe.
like stating the obvious. Yep.
I think it's safe.
Don't take too much risk if you're the Unity student section. Turnover by Hoffman. Portinga, little floater at the buzzer. No. And that's our final, 62-48. Crusaders with a big win on their home court on Winterfest night. Great win for the Crusaders. Hey, before we get into some stats and some breakdown, we normally like to do this during the game. We alluded to it a little bit in the second quarter. But we really appreciate Matt Baker. We appreciate Matt Baker Productions, Unity Christian High School, great night of basketball. Casey Biker got recruited from the food court earlier tonight to come in and help out with some statistics. We just sit here and we talk basketball. These are the guys behind the scenes.
Yep.
You know, last time we were here, Matt Baker was running the show from Iowa, so it's nice that he actually showed up in the state of Michigan to help us out. Coach Gruppen, what do you say, breaking it down, give us a little 30-second wrap-up here before we have our closing statement.
30 seconds, that's hard to do in 30 seconds, but I'll try. For Unity tonight, big-time win, big-time performance here from them. Hustle plays all over the place. They averaged 51 points on the year, got 62 tonight. Offensively, they played really well here for the Crusaders. You had New and Ice 13, Shaban 13, Tibby with 12. You had TJ Fisher with 9. You had Vanderwall with 9. Some of their top guys stepped up here tonight. I think, as I finish here, Coach, the big thing, rebounding in the second half for the Crusaders. They were all over the glass. We mentioned Shaban. You know, we don't do a player of the game, but if we did, maybe we'll start it here tonight.
Let's start it right now.
That would be Shaban.
Because that's an easy one tonight.
He would be the player of the game. No question about it. Everybody here in the gym knows that.
Yeah, you know, the stuff that shows up on the box score, but the stuff that doesn't, deflections, diving on the floor, he was clearly, I think, the best player for the Crusaders tonight. You know, the other thing that was kind of surprising for me, DeGroot, what did he have in the first half? Did he have 13, I think?
I think 12 or 13.
12 or 13. He ended up with 18, so the Crusaders did a good job in the second half, kind of locking down on him a little bit. You know, he had a great game. Don't take anything away from him, but they did a good job kind of settling in. Their 2-3 zone for the Crusaders did a good job.
That was
nice
absolutely.
call by Coach Solzman.
Yep.
They kind of stuck with it down the stretch, and let's be honest, their offense started doing some stuff in the second half, and that was good too.
No question. No question. And again, if you're Unity, this win here moves you to 8-8 on the season. It moves you to 6-4 in conference play. Hamilton's going to fall to 15-3. They're going to fall to 8-2 in league play, and that kind of gives some teams an opportunity to get back into the OK Blue Conference race here as Hamilton falls here tonight. It'll be interesting to see how that plays out the rest of this way. But as I mentioned here, Chris, a big win for Unity to kind of get yourself maybe headed in the right direction here as we get into mid-February and start thinking about district play here coming.
Yeah, you know, that's a good Hawkeye team. They're going to make a great run late in the postseason as well. So it just wasn't their night. They're a good team. We'll throw up a couple stats for you here. Matt Baker put them up. You see the field goals and rebounds. 43% for the Hawkeyes, while the Crusaders shot 34%. You'd like to see that a little bit more. But I think the differential right there, you see the turnovers, but the free throw line, Crusaders 14 points at the free throw line, while the Hawkeyes only 1 point. I think that is the difference of the game right there. Crusaders got to the line. That was the difference right there.
Out-rebounding them by 19 doesn't hurt either, but, you know, those are big things. Those are all big things as you want to try to beat a team that's having a really good year.
Well, on behalf of Steve Gruppen, this is Chris Ochterhoff, Matt Baker, Casey Biker. We thank you for tuning in. All 42 of you that are watching us on YouTube right now. It was a great night. Crusaders 62, Hawkeyes 48. Enjoy your evening. Go Saders.